Hello and welcome to the Electric Ireland Ulster Minor Football Championship final debate. Joining us today is Peter Canavan, one of the GAA's greatest ever players, having won 2 All-Ireland Senior Football Championship medals and 6 GAA All-Star awards. Peter is of course the current manager of the Fermanagh senior football team. We're also joined by Adrian McGuckin, renowned and respected GAA pundit. The Oakleaf man has a long and distinguished career in Derry football, having played and managed at every level within the county. First off, if I can start with what a massive occasion this is for both the Monaghan and Tyrone minor teams. I mean, looking at 17 and 18-year-old lads, it's a big ask for them to go out in front of thousands of fans at St Chinnock's Park for the Electric Ireland Ulster minor final. What sort of advice do you think you could give them from a player's perspective on how to settle into this game?
Well, I suppose the first bit of advice normally would be that to go out and enjoy it and not to let the occasion get to them. Go out and do what you're good at and what they love doing, and that's playing football, and to take your mind off everything else and just focus on the job that you have to do and work on the things and think about the things that you're good at, whatever position on the field you're on, and go out and obviously to enjoy themselves.
From a manager's perspective, what sort of advice could you give them, having managed lads of this age in the past?
Yeah, well, it's a brilliant occasion for them, and one they'll be looking forward to, and on most occasions I can remember you didn't have to kill them down. They were really looking forward to it and are more concerned about how they looked, and that was maybe your biggest worry, that they had to go out and really focus on the game and take it second by second and minute by minute and play the game as they did the last two, because if they'd been beaten the last 2 games they wouldn't be in this particular final, and normally you find that they cope quite well.
There have been some outstanding performances so far in the minor championship, not least that Tyrone team that closed the 11-point deficit against Armagh, and then we had Monaghan who beat out that fancied downside. Who has stood out for you in particular?
Well, in the Tyrone team you could near enough mention anybody on it. They're technically so well skilled in it, and they're so versatile, but of course the ones that have been getting the plaudits has been their full forward line. Young Mark Bradley scoring 2-7, which is, I think, it's probably the first time since Peter Canavan was playing from Tyrone that anybody's putting up that type of scores. Sean Haggett in the other corner doing very well, and then big Danny McNulty at full forward. An absolutely superb full forward line. So that is the line that has been doing the business for Tyrone so far. Monaghan more of a team, but David McAllister, only 16, 2 more years left in the company, that's really stood out. Young Keenan, their captain from Cardiff, another super player. Adam Trainer from Emmyvale, super player.
Where do you see the strengths and weaknesses lying with the respective teams?
Well, I suppose the strength in the Monaghan team would have to be their defence. You know, they've conceded 1-2 against Antrim and only conceded 8 points against Down. They appear to be a very hard working team, and they get a lot of men back behind the ball and work very hard when they don't have it. In contrast, you can't say that about Tyrone. They've been conceding a lot of scores at the back, but their big strength is, you know, going forward. And they had a big score against Armagh, 4-11 I think maybe, and 15 points against Derry. So their strength is obviously when they have the ball and when they get it into the inside forward line in particular. So we'd like to see Tyrone getting a lot of ball in there, you know, from the Tyrone point of view. So it's going to be really a clash of styles here. Can Monaghan's defence hold out against a very talented Tyrone forward line?
So the Tyrone-Derry semi-final, you were quoted to have said that was the Ulster minor final. Do you think Monaghan are just making up the numbers?
Monaghan teams, they're so determined, they're loaded with character. They'll not be going out there till, as you said, to make up the numbers. They'll be going out to give it all, but having said that, I just can't see past this Tyrone minor team.
Both Monaghan and Tyrone finished top of their respective groups in the Ulster Minor League, which would indicate that they're pretty strong, and apparently they did have an off day in the semi-final against Derry. And the fact that, again, they've Matty McLean on board as well, he'll be very well aware of each and every one of Tyrone's players. He'll know their strengths and weaknesses, and he'll have plans ready for them. So they're a team that have been coming strong, the Monaghan Miners, and you know, they've definitely merited their victories over Antrim and over Down. So as I say, they're there in merit, and anytime Monaghan play Tyrone, be it at senior level or under 21, whatever level, their neighbouring counties. There's a great respect for each other, and the games generally between Monaghan and Tyrone are close. So, Tyrone will be anticipating another tough game on Sunday.